Hey guys, I thought I would do, since I have four of these things to replace the batteries in, I thought I would do another live video because why the hell not, right? So, anyway, I've got this one, manufactured 2007. It's dead. It's it's deed. And it's what, 2016. This thing's 9 years old. It served good, purpose. It's whacked lots of weeds. It's cut boards. It's drilled things, and it's tired. But we are going to revive it right now, live on Facebook. So let me grab my Torx thing. That's not the right way. Anyway, so you got a Torx 10 bit. And that's the bit you have to unscrew these little screws. And you have to hold on to it better than that. Wait a minute, I got it on the wrong side. So here we go. Unscrew you do. Now you can see a little bit of this white dust on this battery. This battery has served me very well. I use it to remodel many homes and procure free living arrangements with friends to, remodel their homes. So anyway, you know what? In my previous videos, I kept saying DeWalt instead of Black & Decker. This is a Black & Decker battery. However, this snake light is kind of the exception. I used to be a DeWalt guy. My DeWalt drill started on fire, and I threw it away and switched over to Black & Decker. So I still had the snake light from Black & Decker, and I didn't want to buy, the light that came in the Black & Decker starter pack was horrible. It was just this little thing with whatever. I liked this one better. So what I did is I grafted the DeWalt snake light onto the Black & Decker base. This is horrible, but it's worked. I mean, this is 10 years ago. This thing has been a trooper, and it lights up and works just, like you would think it should do. So anyway, if you don't find me handsome, you may find me handy. All right, back to the surgery. Battery surgery. We still got two screws to take out here. Now, you know what's funny is a few years ago, gave my Air Force grandfather an electronic screwdriver, and he just was like, "Oh, I guess I can't turn my wrists anymore, so you need to buy me something." Top comes off. Note on the top of the battery: always recycle. 1-800-8-BATTERY. These things don't need to go into the landfill. They can go to a better purpose. I don't know what that is. I'm assuming some places just being benevolent and recycling them. So we take off the battery catch, the spring. We're just going to set those aside. And here we have the guts of the battery. Now you can see there's actually drywall dust in this battery. I have used this drill to put up so much sheetrock you wouldn't even believe it. So, this thing should just slide out of here. Which, you know, here's another thing. Look at this. I don't know what... It looks like it melted or something. I don't know. Ooh, that one's like really kind of tight. Alright, got it out. Now there's a little foam insert down here. And it's not glued in, but we're going to leave it down there because it helps with the new battery. So, you know, well, the old battery too. So when you put the new battery in, it makes it so there's no rattle. So we got the terminal that connects the drill to the battery. And this white wire here is the positive. We need to snip that, just like that. And you'll notice there's a thin piece of metal here that has been tinned onto one of the batteries. And, you know, that's just to provide, obviously, battery protection. So what we're going to do is we're going to tweak that up, grab the scissors, and snip it off. Alright, so this battery, along with all the frickin' drywall dust, this is weird, none of the other batteries had drywall dust. We're going to throw that in the recycle box back there, and we're going to take this thing, and we're going to pull that insulate. Oh, geez, I pulled the whole terminal out. Well, that's new. Let's put the terminal back. That was kind of fun. Alright, so we're going to twist these wires up. And then, like I said before, we need to fold that back. We need to fold the negative contact back, so that we can solder the new battery onto it. Now, the new battery that I'm using is the last one. I mean, this is the fourth time. Woohoo! Fourth time I recorded this video, and this is the fourth battery. This is the Harbor Freight nickel cadmium battery. And it's 1500 milliamps. The reason I chose this one is because it has more power than their other less expensive Drill Master battery, which is 12 or 1300 milliamps. This one is $16.99 at your local Harbor Freight tool. The Drill Master battery is $12.99, and you don't want that. It's not the way you want to go. So anyway, let's rip this bad boy open. So let's cut it up. Now, from past experiences, I know that that and that are welded together, and so it's going to be a little challenging to get this piece of crap apart. Alright. Boom! There you go. Man, my garbage is getting full. Okay, so here we have the Chicago Electric 18-volt awesomeness, which is a direct replacement for what we're doing, and it has a notice. And the notice is hilarious, because the notice says, to prevent battery damage, when tool slows or stops, stop using tool and switch to a fresh battery. Battery heats when overused. Heat damages battery. Hotter battery is damaged more quickly, allowing battery to cool before recharging. So I'm not sure if you can read that or not, but you know, I'm kind of curious. Is there a job for me in China where I could make better, better warnings? I don't know. Anyway, this battery is held together by 4 Phillips head screws. And 4 of them hold the case together, and 1 of them holds the charging ports inside. So let's take it apart. Nice little satisfying crack there. Wait a minute, satisfying crack? That no. Yeah. Hopefully nobody goes to jail for satisfying crack. All right, next. Done. And while I'm thinking about it, I should probably to 30 watts. We'll set that aside and let it heat up. It's getting hot in here, so whatever. Turn on your soldering irons or whatevs. All right. The nuts are out. The screws are out. The garbage. Still got 1 here. All right, so you can see the battery, the NiCad batteries here in the case, and we're just gonna all right, the spring just flew across the room. Which was kind of awesome. There it is. All right, so here's the spring. Here's the spring that just flew out from the catch mechanism. And it's a really kind of strong spring. And I'm sure I can probably use it in some sort of future application. Anywho, here's the here's the battery pack. So pull that out, and there's another screw there, another Phillips screw, which is holding the charging thing into the top cover. All right, so this thing's done. This is, oh man, I'm putting this, just for the record, I am recycling the plastic. It annoys me that I just can't buy cells, like this. "15 cells. I can't just buy 15 nickel cadmium cells and build my own pack. I have to buy somebody else's pack and remake it. Whatevs. Alright, so anyway, got the exposed things here. Need to take this bottom paper off. There's 2 levels of paper. Gotta grab it and show it who's boss. Stick it on the other side. Woohoo! That's what we do. We stick it on the other side. Stick it on the other side. Okay, so now we've got, you'll notice there's 3 wires here, right? The Black & Decker pack only has 2 connections. And I don't know if more recent versions have 3. They only have 2 in this version, which was 10 years ago, because they didn't support fast charging. Harbor Freight, discount retailer, supports fast charging. And fast charging for them includes a little temperature sensor. This little guy, this little bad boy right here, a temperature sensor. So, you know, fast charging is awesome, but the way they know your batteries are charged is because they're too hot. And as everyone knows, hot batteries are not good batteries. So, since we don't need the sensor in the new battery pack, I'm just gonna chop it off here. And yes, done. I don't know how good this. I don't know why my phone just fell off the thing. Battery charger. I don't know if this temperature sensor is. I don't know how good it is. I'm gonna save it. Put it on the rest. You know, put it on the magnetic stand that all of my other magnetic sensors are on. So this battery, as you can see, the wires went this way. They went that way, but in the battery pack that I'm replacing them, the battery are reversed. So we need to bend that back, bend the negative back, and we also need to estimate where the terminal point is going to be. So my best solution for that is to throw a Sharpie halfway across the room and then pick it up and then come back and just say, hey, you know, if you put it between this and that and then smell your Sharpie, you've got to smell it, because Sharpie is awesome. So if you can connect the wire, the white one from the old pack to red, this one to black, you will have a functioning power pack. I think that might have rhymed a little bit. So, alright, my soldering iron is hot, and now we need to nothing. Oh. We need to make stuff. Man, that soldering iron is hot. Alright, so we're going to move that. And this thing we don't need anymore, because this is from the old Chicago Tools thing, which nobody gives a crap about. So we need to strip these wires. And they are stripped. Okay, so we're just going to twist that up a little bit. Twist it up, twist that, twist these wires together. And I know there's absolutely nobody watching, and I don't give a crap. So, anyway, so we have to do this. Twist that together. Twist it. Oh, twist it so good. Okay, so we got the solder. which I bought from Radio Shack quite a while ago. We've got the soldering iron, which I also bought from Radio Shack. And, oh, it's hot. You probably didn't see that. Don't breathe that. So we're going to solder this little deal. You know, that solder smoke smells a little bit better than you might expect. So that thing is done. It's woo, dang, that's hot. Soldered. So we're gonna put that there. Now we need to solder this to that. And I think we can get that accomplished here in the next 60 seconds. So, let me grab my solder and let me... Oh, see, that's what happens when you accidentally cross the streams. Don't cross the streams. Oh, freak. Ouch, that's a little hot. Electrocution aside, I think we have accomplished our dreams. Well, at least Brett's dreams, which should be your dreams because you love me. I love you. Let's, you know, solder something. Anywho, this thing has been, it's electrically ready. We're going to put it back into the case. This case has a lot of drywall dust in it because, you know, I did a lot of drywall. So I'm just going to brush that out. I don't know why. Who cares? I'm going to stick this thing in here and move the tape around this tape. All right, we've got the batteries in. Thing up. I don't know if that's going to be a problem or not, but let's get the spring and the thing. Okay, make sure the terminal connections are out of the way. And here we go with the top. Well, that... Well, it looks like it's going to work. Let's stick some screws in it and see if it does actually work. That one actually kind of caught my finger a little bit. Alright, we've got 2 screws in, and it seems like it should work. So I'm going to take my old battery out of the drill and Here we go. Moment of truth. Is it going to work? Ah, yes. And backwards. All right, so I can stop it because I haven't actually charged the new batteries yet. So I'm going to put the rest of the screws in, and we'll put it on the charger and see how that goes. You know, thanks for watching, and if you want to save a lot of money with your rechargeable tools, either look up my video or look up somebody else's, because that's what I did. I looked up somebody else's videos and I found out how to do this. And unfortunately, you know, you'd think it'd be easier if somebody just sold these battery packs without having to discard a bunch of, you know, plastic from somebody else's packs. That just isn't the case. So, thank you, capitalism. Also, make sure when you replace the batteries, you put a sticker on it that shows when you replaced it, because there's nothing more stupid than opening a pack you thought was dead and finding out that you had already replaced it. So put labels on everything. This label is from a cancer awareness site that I donated to 10, 15 years ago, who knows. They keep sending me address labels. Reuse them. That is my advice. Anywho, love you guys, and good night.